Ackhiii. Hey, before we start this, look, caps are available. Click the link in bio in description and purchase your caps. Now, guys, look, I'm gonna get into this because it's kind of a long one, and I've got 2 videos. Obviously, we've got the evil woman, Victoria Alvarez, yeah, and she's just done an interview on Trend Central. Now, big shout out to Trend Central, rate what they're doing. Now, I wanna tap into this interview because yesterday we was meant to do a live stream on Jay Avalanche's stream. Obviously, she was meant to turn up. She confirmed that she was going to turn up to the stream, and guess what, guys? She didn't turn up. So obviously, look, just to let you lot know, this is coming out in that hour's time. You get me? Ackhiii.
Go on, Michael. Easy.
And obviously, me and Jay Avalanche has a lot to say about this. You get me? But anyway, let's get into what this lady is saying and let's break this down and pick this off. Let's expose her. You get me? There needs to be some sort of social footprint. You get me? In terms of, like, when you type in this woman's name, it comes up for the evil she is, bro, because she's actually actively putting multiple men in prison and she's accusing them of rape, yeah, SA, and it's not true. It's not real. It's not true. Now, obviously, a lot of us that has seen the videos that's been going around. Look, there's a few videos that's going around. You get me? Obviously, initially it came from Jay Spade's page. Obviously, the boy brother Gucci, the person in the video, has obviously exposed her. You get me? So, and this was the first video, just so we're aware. Do you know what I mean, of what's going on? This was the first video.
I think you shouldn't go past 31 doing the toxic stuff.
She's like, I think you shouldn't go past 31 doing the toxic stuff, just so you're aware. But look.
Yeah, because it's too much energy you're investing out.
That's what the therapist was saying yesterday. It's like, is it not exhausting?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not though.
So you're gonna live, you've done for 5 years hurting men, you enjoy it, and you're gonna keep going. But the energy that you're putting into that, you could triple your income. You could be doing other things, you know what I mean?
So you kind of got the content. So I'm not going to play all of it because a lot of you lot seen that video. And then I had the part 2 to the video just to get it up, just so you can see. Just so we can get it up, so you can see what's going on. You get me? Go to my page. The part 2 to the video is here. You can see her face. You get me?
You enjoy hurting men in ways that they couldn't possibly imagine. Yeah, it's something you get a satisfaction out of. It's a toxic trait. It's narcissistic. But
You know what the biggest
let me
pain?
finish.
Yeah,
let me explain. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a narcissistic thing, but that's your thing. Fine.
Anyway, so you catch my drift. Now, let's get into this. Let's get into what she's saying. You get me? Let's get into this.
Jason paid Gucci to release the video.
So let's talk about.
So quickly, Gucci is the brother in the video, and Jason, you will learn who Jason is down the line. I'll explain it to you lot.
The video.
As a result of that video being provided to the police, I was charged, caution, and I had to go on probation. So I have a criminal record. And
Are you saying that?
So she said, as a result of that video, she got a criminal record. This is what she's saying. I just want you lot to understand this. These are the key points, yeah?
That you wanted to get him back because of the abuse?
I called the police 19 times because I was at fear of my life.
What was the psychological effects that it had on you? How would you describe that?
I kept finding myself in relationships with abusive men.
Do you think that your father being absent in your life contributed to how you view men?
I witnessed the most horrific acts of domestic violence. I'm talking, you know, my mum was regularly beaten black and blue.
You said.
See, here's my thing, yeah? And this is my thing with this, yeah? I'm just going to say it how it is. I'm happy that Trend Central's got this viral devil person on as an interview. I'm happy. People say she shouldn't have got interviewed. watching this, it does seem like a bit of damage control. Like, this is damage control. There's literally 2 videos, her saying she's gonna set up, and she's been setting up men, putting them in prison for fake rape charges. So I wanna hear more, but this is a clickbait, so I understand clickbait.
That this video was made nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah, I can't
If it
even
was
believe
made-
somebody could hold on to a video that long.
Why is
So she's saying that the video was made nearly 10 years ago. The reason why I'm saying all these areas, guys, because I'm going to break things down. I'm going to show you areas, some proof. You get me? Just so you look kind of know and you have a full clear in your mindset what's going on here.
it being released now?
I don't know. I think you need to ask him that question.
When did you decide that in order for me to get him back, because that's what you mentioned in the video, that you were going to make this false allegation? Like, when did that thought process land?
Like, I felt that at that point that the only person that could stop this man was me.
Happened there. Okay.
Welcome to Off the Record, a platform for individuals to speak their truth, discuss their thoughts, and own their stories. We will be having candid conversations, dissecting various events, asking the questions we are all eager to know, and hopefully coming to graceful conclusions. I'm your host, Mide Oni, the one and only.
And furthermore, big shout out to the host. Big shout out to her. You get me? She's got a hard job. You get me? And she's trying and she's building her thing and she's getting thrown in the deep end. You get me? So big shout out to her. You get me? I've reacted to a few things and I ain't been biased, but big shout out to her. You get me? I respect a black woman doing her thing and trying and keeping and improving, just like myself. So yeah.
Let's get into it. Today, we are joined by somebody that has gone viral the last couple of days for something very controversial and very sensitive to a lot of people. She is here today to discuss her side of the story and hopefully clear some questions up. Please welcome to the show, Victoria Everest. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for asking. I mean, this has been a very intense couple of days for you, I'm sure. How have you been feeling? How are you managing?
Actually, I've managed to stay quite grounded. I've got an excellent support network.
Let me just give you a backstory. I'm not here to disrespect women, innit? But like the whole of London knows that this girl is the local, like, how do I put it? The local woman that sleeps with multiple men. Do you know what I mean? At least 20 men has literally phoned me and said that they've slept with her. So I'm just letting you kind of know the caliber of this girl, like the mix up, the man, them, the this, the that, the that, the that, the that. Just so you know, this is just what it is. It is what it is. The man them are bringing me like, raw shit, like, man dodged the bullet, Ackhiii. Do you know what I mean? But anyway.
Work and community around me, which I'm just incredibly grateful for. I'm in the middle of a 21-day juice fast, which has really just allowed me to just not react to things that are being saying online, but really just respond with truth and clarity. So I'm super, super grateful for this opportunity to set the record straight.
Well, thank you for joining us to set the record straight. I'm looking forward to this conversation. So before we get started, tell us a bit about yourself. You've got an amazing platform in terms of wellness.
I can't lie, I'm not really here to plug her business, so I'm going to forward it a bit just so we're aware. I'm not here. I want to get straight to it.
I think what we need to kind of clarify is your relationship with men, first and foremost, because certain things that you were saying in the video kind of showed that you don't like men. So kind of talk me through that. Like, what's your relationship or your view towards men holistically?
So just to give you a bit of context, my mum's Turkish, my father's Nigerian. I was born and raised in London. Both my parents came to the UK as immigrants back in the 80s. My mum actually couldn't speak any English. Turkish was our main spoken language at home, and I actually ended up learning English at school. My relationship with my father was a very interesting.
Look, I'm sorry, I'm not being biased. I'm not here to listen to the relationship with a father. I want to go on and talk on the topic of hand, what's going on. I'm sorry, I'm not tapping into that. So let me fast forward it.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm really sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry for the loss as well. But just getting to the
Do you
thing.
think that your father being absent in your life contributed?
Because I decided not to pursue the charges. But at that point, I also was in social services by the age of 15. I was in a foster home. My dad wasn't around, like I said.
This is what I don't understand, yeah. Is like, respectfully, like, we just want to know why she is making fake rape allegations and sending people to prison. There's people in prison. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone that has a story, everyone has a story. Some stories are worse than others. Do you get it? We just want to know that.
I always get a little bit emotional, but up until the age of 12, my mum played a really active role in my life. You know, she was.
Guys, man, you know, like, look, I'm sorry for any losses, but let's get into this, man. Like,
So the video was sent to me, and my first response,
okay, cool.
You know, I was making that I would end up in a relationship with men who at some point would end up abusing me. If it wasn't physically, it was emotionally or mentally. And it was a pattern that was continuing throughout, you know, kind of my adult life.
So let's talk about the video, the recent viral video. So when the video first dropped, you mentioned that it was fake and it was AI. Can we talk a bit about
Yes.
that? Like, what did you mean?
So given the
Now, this is a good start of the question. This is good. Let's listen to this.
given the size and scale of my account, I'm not the person that always is behind running my account. So the video was sent to me, and my first response to the video was that this has been edited, this is fake. And that's what I said to my team. So they then took that and said it was AI. When I realized that they'd put out it was AI, I deleted the story immediately. And, you know, then went forward with saying it's a very, very real video. It's just been, you know, it's a 7-minute video that's been edited specifically to show me in a particular light, you know.
It's been edited how? Like, what? So hold on, it went from it not being AI, you looking at it like, oh yeah, so to it now been edited to show you in a mad light. So where's the inconsistencies of the video? Like, where is it? Let's get the video up. Let's get one of the videos up. Where's the inconsistencies?
You look for victims.
Let me see it.
You rope them in. You break them emotionally, mentally, financially. You weren't able to do that with Denzel Thompson.
I did do that.
Okay, so if you were able to
I
break
did,
him,
'cause
why
even
file
me,
a fake rape charge?
So why file a fake rape charge? But Denzel got mentioned in this. He wasn't able to do this to Denzel. Remember, I just want you to understand. This is what she's saying. The videos, it being edited. Let me know any inconsistencies.
Even me, like, imagine, he lived in my yard, yeah? Fed, watered, clean, fucked, yeah? The love that I gave him was unconditional in that time. To then pull the carpet from under your feet like that alone, yeah, losing the best thing that's ever happened to you. Like, he's never lived the way he's
But
lived.
by a fake rape charge, though. By a lie.
That was just the icing on the cake, babe. Like,
Okay, I don't know. Help me out here. Where's the Where's the edited to make her seem like she's bad? Anyway, there's more to it. Let me finish.
So I think there was a misunderstanding there for sure.
Obviously, there's a lot of things that we need to unpack about that video, but you mentioned that, you know, like you hate men in that video, and obviously you just
Guys, look, here's my thing, yeah. Hating men, you can hate men, you can hate women, it's your whatever. You get me? If you've had bad experience with men, if you had bad experience with women, you got scumbags that put their hands on women. You get me? And there's many scumbags. There's many road youths that are scumbags, and I call it out. I just call it and say it for what it is. There's a lot of cowards that's got energy for women, but not for man. But we want to understand these fake rape charges.
Describing everything that you've gone through psychologically, you know, one could argue that, you know, it's understandable why you would kind of have that viewpoint. But you've mentioned that your dad didn't contribute to it. It was your stepdad. And then you also entered into abusive relationships. What did those abusive relationships look like? What did you experience?
You know, in relation to the video, the person that I was in a relationship with, it was over a period of 18 months. You know, when I first entered a relationship with this guy, generally I would, you know, be naive enough, because I'm someone who wears their heart on their sleeve naturally in every scenario, every situation. And, you know, one of the things that led me to even entering this relationship was just being vulnerable enough to take people for face value. You know, the manipulation that went into pursuing the relationship from him, you know, early.
Bruv. We want to know what's going on with the video. We want to know why you're throwing men in prison for fake grape charges. Like, this is what we want to know. All of this, guys, don't listen to all this. This is a whole load of rubbish.
On in the relationship really was, you know, when I look back and reflect, I think, okay, you know, I definitely was in a really broken state. When I look back at that video, because, you know, I've watched it a couple times,
okay,
and just to set the
hear.
record straight, you know, that video was filmed almost 10 years ago. The person who I was speaking about in that video wasn't arrested and wasn't prosecuted. Whilst I said some extremely, you know, vile things in that video, a lot of people have really focused on the hate and the anger, and
So wait, the video was filmed almost 10 years ago, and she said that the person wasn't arrested in the video. All right, let's get the video up. This is part 2, by the way, guys. This is part 2, not part 1. Let's get the video up. Look, listen.
That was neither here or there. That was just the principle thing. I want him to spend New Year's in a jail cell for 3 days, and I did it. Yeah, that's how he started his New Year's. I started my.
So Denzel spent New Year's in a jail cell for 3 days. So he got arrested. This is Denzel, yeah? So she just said, just go back, just so you understand, guys. This is what she said, just so we're aware. I want you lot to, you get me?
Bring this relationship was just being, you know, being vulnerable enough to take people for face value. You know,
Listen.
The manipulation that went into pursuing the relationship from him, you know, early on in the relationship really was, you know, when I look back and reflect, I think, okay, you know, I definitely was in a really broken state. When I look back at that video, because, you know, I've watched it a couple times, and just to set the record straight, you know, that video was filmed almost 10 years ago. The person who I was speaking about in that video wasn't arrested and wasn't prosecuted.
So we confirmed that the person, she just confirmed in the video that I posted that they was arrested and they spent New Year's in prison or in the police cell. And the video was filmed almost 10 years ago. Okay, I want you to just watch this video quick. Let me land here.
New Year's on a private island in a $7 grand a night hotel with my son.
Yeah. Based on that false accusation.
I don't care. He tastes of his own medicine. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's a principle thing. He thought he could get away with shit and not have to.
So based on a false accusation, like, okay, cool.
To swallow no medicine. Like, the thing is, he always thinks he's always got the upper hand and won over. That's his thing, and I just need to make him recognise that he hasn't. Whether it's fake or not, it's irrelevant. He lives his life off fakeness. That's what he does.
Look, have a look, guys. I want to show you something very important. You can see the size of Victoria. She's in good shape, people like to say, yeah? Just let me land.
Life is a fraud. Met him, he told me he has a house. He doesn't even have a room at his mum's yard. His mum's yard is like literally, she hoards, isn't it? So the house is full. His 2 sisters live there. The guy's a tramp. He hasn't got a license. He hasn't got a car. He's got nothing to his name. Telling me he's got a railway company. Doesn't pay taxes. He's not on a limit. Like, the guy's whole life is a fraud. But I literally fell for it, yeah. Because I didn't.
But you fell for a lie.
I fell for a lie.
Okay, cool. She fell for a lie, so now she's putting out fake rape charges. Okay. Ackhiii. Okay, cool.
Men have fallen for your lie for years.
And the one time I meet, and the
You
thing
fell for
was,
someone else's lie and then you found a fake rape charge. What does that say about you, though?
I'm just as shallow as he is.
Yeah, but he wouldn't, not a shallow to file a fake rape charge just to ruin someone's life.
He can't touch me. He can't come near me.
Who? No, I'll make sure that I'll pattern that anyway. That's a fact.
He can't do that. Like, the thing is, it was my mistake for even messing with him in the first place, for even entertaining it. And I told you, last year was one of the biggest lessons.
I want you, look. I'm nearly there. Trust me. It's coming.
I shouldn't
Do you say?
Look.
You're gonna
Cool.
have to be 15. You've had a long 10.
Look. Safe to say, guys, yeah? She's in good shape, yeah? She's in good shape doing her set. Just let me land. Look.
9. Yep.
So she said that the video was 10 years ago. That's what she said. Remember? Okay, cool. 10 years ago. 10 years ago, guys. She would have looked like this. 10 years ago. This is 10 years ago. She would have looked like this. So she said it was 10 years ago, when the video was about 5 years ago. Just to confirm from Gucci himself. But she said the video was 10 years ago. So look, she said that no one got arrested. And she said that the video was 10 years ago. So yeah, we've put that to bed, yeah? Just so you know aware. Okay, let's go. Let's move on.
Whilst I said some extremely, vile things in that video, a lot of people have really focused on the hate and the anger. And
I'm so sorry. I'm just going to cut you because you said the person in the video that you were referring to was not prosecuted, was not arrested, was not charged.
Absolutely not. He wasn't, he wasn't charged. He didn't go to jail. And actually the video was provided to the police, and because the video was provided to the police, he managed to get away with those charges. And as a result of that video being provided to the police, I was charged.
So when you said the video was provided to the police, what, this video? Is it this video that's provided to the police? Just let me land here. Like, just let me land, guys. Yeah?
And I had to go on probation, so I have a criminal record, and that was a decision made by the police at the time. So I really had to pay the price.
Okay, so we're moving along a bit quickly here. So the video, the man that released the video, Gucci Walker, I believe, right? Am I correct?
Correct.
Yeah. He released a statement saying that his friend, the reason why he made the video was because his friend was charged with a false rape case. Yeah. And at the hands of you planned it. You had the man in your house where you both had intercourse, and then the police caught him there. So he was going to jail. He couldn't bust case on this particular matter because he was found in your house. But you're saying that that didn't happen.
No, so he did get arrested, and because the video, was provided to the police as evidence, he was released. He never got charged, and
So she's saying because this video, so now she's saying that no one didn't get arrested. Now she's saying he did get arrested, but he didn't get charged. And she's saying that because this video was provided to the police, yeah, help me.
He, I never saw Denzel again. That was, over 8 years ago. We've never spoken, we've never seen. He went on with his life. I went, we made a lot of mistakes during that relationship. That was probably
Over 8 years ago, guys. Okay.
one of the most traumatic. I've been through 2 very, very traumatic relationships in my life. One of those, when I say traumatic, violent and abusive. One of those was
okay. Here we go. Cry me a river. Okay. We've just confirmed that Denzel. This one was. You get me? Yeah, she set him up for rape. You get me? Yeah, boom. He wasn't charged. Yeah. Okay, and I've been through another one. Okay, let's listen to this one.
Denzel, the person that was in question in the video, and his ex-partner warned me. She was a teacher. She had a non-molestation order against him, and she said, look, this guy, she told me exactly what was going to happen in the relationship. And I didn't believe her. Denzel, convinced me also not to believe her. And, I really paid the price of that. One of the biggest things, that came out of the relationship is during the time that we were together, I fell pregnant. I ended up contracting an STI. He gave me gonorrhea at the time.
Listen, guys. Yeah, I can't lie. See, when it's a hard job to be an interviewer, to interview. You have to shut this shit down, bro. Like, sorry, let's talk on the facts of what's going on here. Like, yeah, cool. This here does not warrant you calling out grape. It don't. At
the time I was working at Microsoft, I had a very successful career, a 6-figure salary. And he told me that he was an ex-football player, semi-pro football player, only to later discover that actually he worked on the railways. He was living at his mum's house on the couch. And the car that he'd met me in, which was a brand new Range Rover, belonged to the girl that he was dating at Brown Eagle. It was someone else.
So that means that it's okay to call fake grape. Like, what does this even matter? Why does this matter? I'm confused. Why does this matter?
Else's vehicle. So that was only, months into the relationship, I was discovering these things. I found a secret phone in his car. There was a whole array of women that he was meeting up with, and sleeping with at the same time while he was living in my house. And any single time that I confronted him, the backlash was, a verbal, physical abuse. And during the time that we was in the relationship, I called the police 19 times because I was
So if you called the police 19 times, yeah, and there's 2 people in question, and you've put up these fake grape charges, and they've been charged for grape, wouldn't they go to jail for the police? You calling the police 19 times for the person putting their hands on you? That you're saying you're in such an abusive relationship. Why? I don't get it. I'm confused. I don't understand.
Fear of my life. My son was living with me at the time. I'm a single mum, and my son was around 7 at the time. And that was one of the worst things, that I've ever experienced, was to see my son, witness me getting beaten up by this man. And he wasn't just a man, he was a street thug. He was a guy off the street, from the ends. And, and because of the fact that each time I called the police for abuse, whether it was abuse, in front of or, isolated me where he wasn't at home, because there was a child at home, social services were involved. And at the point where...
So, did the guy go to prison? This is the question that I would answer. Let's see if the interviewer answers the question. Did the guy get arrested and go to prison for DV? Or, get me, domestic violence? This is what I want to know.
At the last point where he was arrested, my main concern was keeping him safe. That was the ultimate thing for me. Social services were, I was at complete risk of losing him because I was in this relationship with this abusive man.
At what point did you decide everything that you're going through in this relationship, the abuse that you were enduring, when did you decide that in order for me to get him back, because that's what you mentioned in the video, that you were going to make this false allegation? Like, when did that thought process land?
So every single time the police were called, the follow-up was made. There was a non-molestation order. There was a restraining order, so he couldn't, come back to the house. But he would always turn back up at the house, crying, begging me.
This is a whole load of waffle. I can't lie. Look, I'm not saying that she's lying, that the guy put hands on her. I don't know. You just don't know. But this here, like, there's not much pressing on the fake allegations. We're 21, 22 minutes in, and yeah, you know what I mean?
Apologizing, he's not going to do it again, and I need to forgive him, that I'm his baby girl, and everything was going to be okay. And being naive and vulnerable, at the time I would take him back, believe his lies, and not realizing at the time I was experiencing, what we call today is severe narcissism. But there came a point where the social services were like, we're gonna, you're now putting your child in risk by staying in this relationship. It was only in hindsight, when I look back, I take responsibility for being the codependent to enable that relationship to go on for as long as it did. I definitely take accountability, for the things that I said in that video. The hurtful things that I said. I hate men.
Forget about that, bro. Forget about that. We want to talk about these fake rape charges. Like, this whole interview, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get this. This is just damage control. I'll be honest.
One of the things I referred to in that video specifically was the fact that I say to the person that was recording the video that I'm going to put a stop to this so that he doesn't go and do this to other women. I felt that at that point that the only person that could stop this man was me. And the only way that I could stop him was by sending him to jail. And the reason behind that was, like, I didn't want anyone else.
Victoria, I'm so sorry. I'm just going to interject here.
Yeah.
So are you saying that you wanted to get him back because of the abuse? Because even though you're mentioning things that he's done, I'm still a bit hazy on what he actually did to you. Like, what was the 13th reason as to why you felt like, I'm going to get him arrested? What was he actually doing to you?
Well, the information's in the video, man. I don't know. 'Cause in the video, did she mention anything to do with getting the guy being abusive? Let's get it up. Let's go to Jay Spades' video. I just want to know, because obviously you're going to mention that. You're going to say this, that my man puts his hands on me, X, Y, Z.
Their realizations.
I think you shouldn't go past 31 doing the toxic stuff. Yeah, because it's too much energy you're investing out. That's what the therapist was saying yesterday. It's like, is it not exhausting?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not though.
So you're gonna live. You've done for 5 years hurting men. You enjoy it, and you're gonna keep going. But the energy that you're putting into that.
So he says, Gucci's saying you've done for 5 years hurting men, and you're gonna keep going. I just want to wait and hear. I want to hear. Obviously, she's getting secretly filmed, so my man was allegedly putting mad hands on her. So she's gonna talk about it in this conversation, innit? That the thought process why she done this. Okay, cool. Let's get into it.
You could triple your income. You could be doing other things. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. Two, in all reality, you're killing yourself with a fake rape charge. Can I tell you where? You're gonna have to put in energy to get a fake rape charge across. But if it doesn't go according to plan, it will bounce back on you, and it'll be obviously they will have medical.
Bro, it's so mad. Gucci's trying to talk her out of what she's saying. Like, still, I haven't heard anything to do with this guy putting hands on her. And this is the time as you should be saying it. But let's wait for her.
The There's evidence. I've given him my clothes. He battered me, babe. Like, we had sex, yeah? And he's
Okay.
denying that he was even there.
Okay.
How can you do that if you got arrested in your house?
No, so one was for an occasion where he left.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other time he was there, but he claimed that we didn't have sex, but there was evidence to say that we had.
So this is the time you talk about him being very abusive and her calling loads of like the police and this that, right?
Alright, cool. You can.
I don't care. I want to take him to the cleaners, babe.
I want to take him to the cleaners, babe. Okay.
Yeah, but this is what I thought about. This is what I was saying. I thought about him.
Because
I hate him.
I hate him because he's so much like me. Like, it annoys
I hate him because he's so much like me and it annoys me.
me.
But Victoria, listen to me carefully, yeah? Your skill is that you can detect a victim you want and rape them. That's what you do. You enjoy doing it.
Man said, your skill is this.
Fake rape charge doesn't mean you've got a victim.
Fake rape charge.
No, it doesn't.
It just means
I've just got one over. That's
Yeah,
all.
but
That's
Oh, so it means that I've got one over. So it's safe to say, guys, this guy didn't put no hands. Denzel didn't put no hands on her. She didn't mention it in the video. She just wants one over on him. Safe to say that, right?
you got desperate that you weren't able to hurt him. You pulled a fake rape. You know what I'm saying? So
That's still gonna hurt him. He hates that. And the thing is, he's gonna go out continuing to fuck up girls' lives, yeah?
Yeah.
With an assault charge and a rape charge. He'll think twice
Okay.
about.
Okay, cool. So he's gonna go out continuing to mess up lives. So she's put an assault charge and a rape charge, and then he's gonna think twice about. So she's not saying that he's assaulted her and all of that. She's just saying I'm putting these charges so her to think twice about. Like, you can't just sleep with other women, or you know, like. Anyway,
He'll think twice about what he does next time when he meets the next girl.
yeah.
what he does next time when he meets the next girl.
Fair
He'll
enough,
think
but
twice
it's a
about it.
fake rape charge. So how do you? What do you want from that? Though?
So what? The guy lies for a living. Let him have a taste of his own medicine. That's all.
The guy lies for a living. Let him have a taste of his own medicine.
Let him continue lying for a living. That's what he does. He spins stories and sells dreams for a living.
Okay, so because he sold dreams, and he must have just said that he's that guy, Ackhiii. You know, I'm that guy, Ackhiii. You get me? Big B, big B, Ackhiii. Bam, like yeah. Have a taste of your own medicine.
End of. So when a story spun on him, let him swallow that pill.
But I get your angle. But then you can't say you won or you was able
It's
to.
not a
hurt.
game. I'm done. I've pulled back. I've done what I've done. I've played my move. I've moved on. Like,
But you weren't able to hurt. The way you usually like to hurt men, you weren't able to hurt.
well, I did because in the relationship I continued to cheat on him. Remember,
Well, I did, because in the relationship, I continued to cheat on him. Okay, this is we've listened to that. Let's listen to this one.
He'd beaten me up in front of he'd beating me black and blue. It wasn't just,
Yeah, you can't make this up, can you? Yeah, actually, you can't make this up. But yeah, anyway, cool.
my mouth was swollen. I had blood. My eyes, It was just essentially, it was a repeat of what I had.
She's probably got all the evidence. I'm sure that she'll release the evidence of all the mouth swollen, and there's evidence around it, taking pictures, or do you know what I mean? She's called the police 19 times, so surely that the police have evidence. Yeah, okay.
Been experiencing growing up. At that point, he strangled me, so I lost consciousness. And that was the final straw for me. That was it, because I said to myself, like, there's no way I can keep going through this. At the time, my mum was still alive, and she was very much, encouraging me to get the law involved and really make sure that I can draw
She called the police 19 times.
a line and be able to move on, from this relationship. And
Looking back, why did you feel like this was the best course of action for you to take?
when I look back at why I would have taken that, why I would have been so drastic and so extreme in terms of my response, it wasn't even a response, it was a reaction. It was a reaction.
The reaction is like, bro, you sold me a dream. You're probably cheating on me. You get me? And boom, bam, 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 bam. And you just got man here. Like, are you okay? Like, there's arguments inside the relationship. So it's like, yeah, like I'm just gonna put this case on you, you know?
Because I was terrified of what he would do to me, that he would continue to do it to me, put me at harm, put my son in harm, put other women in harm. And I felt like I said, I could be the one to stop that and change that, not realizing, that we don't have the ability to change anyone. We can only change ourselves. And unfortunately, I messed up. I made a really stupid decision in making that statement, and I had to pay the price. I really had to pay the price.
Guys, there's multiple men that she's put fake rape charges on. Multiple. Denzel got away because of Gucci making that video. There's multiple men.
It's not only did somebody get away scotch-free from the offenses that they committed, but I ended up, having a criminal record because of it. Ultimately, that wasn't the end, like I had to do, that was the beginning of, and I think I even mentioned it in that recording that, that's what my therapist said. I've been in therapy for almost coming up to 8 years now.
Yeah, cool. Understand. Therapy is very important for everyone to go. You need therapy. So obviously you can see she's got traumas. You need therapy.
And that was the beginning of my therapy. That was the beginning of realizing, my part to play, how I enabled the situation. And, ultimately, I take responsibility because ultimately, I didn't have any self-worth for myself. If I had enough self-worth for myself, I would never let a man like that in my space, in my home.
Can't lie, man. This is some damage control interview, man. I don't know if the intention around it to get her story out, but we should have just pressed on the factors, like the facts. Do you know what I mean? But anyway.
My child, I had no value of that. And I think that's where it all begun for me.
I mean, the abuse that you've endured is horrible, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I'm so sorry that you went through that. But I think it's very important to kind of like think about the repercussions that a rape charge has. Did you think about that? Because, for example, people that go to prison for rape are, that sometimes they get killed because of the allegations.
Sis, I like that one still. I gotta give you a Ackhiii. I gotta tell you, you're internet ready on that one. This is very serious, but I like that one still.
So obviously you sending someone to prison, that's number one, taking years off of their life for something that they didn't do. And there's a possibility that they could literally die in prison. Did that thought process go through your mind at all?
At that time, I'm going to be honest with you, it didn't cross my mind at all. My main thing that was on my mind is keeping myself safe and keeping my son safe. And
listen to this. So Denzel's in question, yeah? Remember, boom, Denzel. There was nothing to do with Jason. I just want you lot to understand this. Denzel, yeah? Now she's talking about keeping her son safe. Let me land.
And making sure that, I don't fall victim to this abuser again. And like I said, it's not right. I don't condone anything I said in that video. I think it's really important to, to make a very clear distinction in that the person in that video that was speaking is merely just a shell of the person I am today. And I've had to do a lot of work, and that's why my lifestyle is so important to me. When I made that statement, when I said those things on camera, I was a very angry, scorned Black woman who I wanted the guy dead,
Guys, this was 4 or 5 years ago, not 10 years ago. Or it was like 4 or 5 years ago. Just to let you know. Obviously, I showed you. She was training. She was in good shape. You get me? 10 years ago, she was looking. This was before her body transformation.
that's the reality of it, you know, for what he had put me through, for the pain they put me through. And it wasn't just everything I had experienced in that relationship. It was almost like the wrath of what I'd experienced through life and, you know, how I'd seen men, you know, including my stepdad, and, you know, including men.
Look, it's safe to say there's an area here where she confides in men or whatever. She's the local, you get me? She slept with hundreds of men. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the area that I don't know. She needs to find that inner peace or whatnot. But this is not going back. We're not getting away from this. She's a scumbag. She's putting up fake rape charges. There's actual victims here. Victims, bro. That don't even go to the police. Or when they do go to the police, they don't even get a charge or conviction. So understand this. It's very touchy, the subject.
You know, growing up, abused women. And I feel like at that point, you know, my expression in that video was really just an expression of the wrath and the letdown and the pain. You know, I was a scorned woman. And by making that statement, you know, he didn't go to jail and he didn't get prosecuted. It backfired. And like I said,
he didn't go to jail. He didn't get prosecuted. It backfired. This is Denzel. Just let me land. Remember Jason in your head, guys, yeah?
I really had to sit with the discomfort and the shame around that. And one of the biggest things, you know, I haven't gone into any of the blog posts, and you know, I refuse not to entertain, you know, the gossip or the low vibrational, low frequency conversations. But I will say, you know, quite a few people have messaged and said, "What about your son?" And I think it would have been really irresponsible for me, you know, as a 30-year-old woman at that time, to carry that same mindset through.
So she was saying, as a 30-year-old woman at that time, so she's saying that happened 10 years ago. So she's saying she must be around 40 years old now. That's what she's saying. Yeah, she's saying she must be around 40 years old. Let's get this up. Yeah, okay, cool. This was 39 weeks ago. 36. Let's say she's 37. 37. So you see, when that video, her birthday's in February. I would like to say February, her birthday's in. And in this video that I've posted, she's around 31. I think she just turned 32 or whatever it is in this video here. I think it's this one.
You enjoy hurting men in ways that...
It's not that one. It's the Spades one. It's this one. So
Their realizations.
I think it's this one.
You shouldn't go past 31 doing the toxic stuff.
I think you shouldn't go past 31 doing the toxic stuff. So this was about 4 or 5 years ago. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm highlighting these things because we can't let her get away scot-free, Ackhiii.
To who I am and the woman I am today, you know, and that would have been irresponsible of me as a mum, you know, not making any changes, not looking in the mirror, not looking at my thoughts, not doing the work to uncondition myself from those thoughts. The reality is, you know, when I fast forward to my life today, you know, I have a very, very healthy relationship with my partner. He's an incredible man. I run retreats across the world, you know, wellness and detox retreats open to men and women, and we even host men's only retreats. Men need healing as much as women need healing too. I'm an advocate for men being open.
Yeah. I can't lie. We spoke about the actual video maybe 5 minutes of this 30 minutes in, really. That 5 minutes. Huh?
Enough to do the work on themselves.
When women are scorned, because I'm not going to lie to you, that's something that I'm sure most of us have experienced. personally speaking, I wouldn't think I'm gonna falsely accuse this man of rape. Like, is that something that you had done before? How did that even enter into your mind? Is that something that you had seen someone do? Like, why was that the thing that you said, I'm gonna get him via this route, as opposed to for the actual abuse that he was doing?
Because he had actually sexually assaulted me in the relationship. There were so many times in the relationship that he had had sex with me without my consent. And I think that's where it all came to, whilst he hadn't, on that occasion, when I reported him, he hadn't raped me.
What? So he sexual assaulted her on many occasions, but on that occasion when she reported him, he hasn't raped her. But the interviewer said as well, have you done this before? Let's see what she says as she answers the question.
During the time that I was in a relationship, he assaulted me continuously. Like I said, it wasn't just physical abuse, it was mental, emotional. And there was, I can count numerous times in the relationship while we were together, and I did not consent. I didn't want to have sex with him. And he pushed me to, and he forced me to. And unfortunately, like I said, there is no justice in the justice system, and the police couldn't protect me from this man.
Had you made previous reports? Had you gone to the police
I'd
prior?
called the police 19 times. There's a record of 19 separate occasions.
So if there's a record of 19 separate occasions and you said that your face had been boom, 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 the police would have evidence, right? Yeah.
During the time we was in a relationship for 18 months, where I'd called the police for whether it was domestic abuse, violence, sexual assault.
What was it for? What did you call the police for?
For domestic abuse, violence, sexual assault. Throughout the 18 months, there was 9.
And the police didn't do anything. There was no
follow-up because I kept letting the man back into my space. There's only so much that they could do. I was I had a huge part to play.
Bro. Right.
In this, in the toxicity of it. I was in a very toxic, broken space.
So let's go back to the video, Victoria.
Yes,
in the video,
please.
Firstly, who were you speaking to in that video?
Yes.
So the person I was speaking to, I don't know. I didn't know his name was. I don't know his name. I don't know who the person was. It was a complete stranger. Like he said in the statement, he came up to me in the gym one day. He worked his charm, and somehow, got me to, whether it was coercion or charm, I don't know, but to really express myself and express the pain.
Did he tell you that he knew Denzel? Did he tell you that he knew him?
He told me that he knew him, and
okay.
He said, I think he said specifically, why would you do that? And I responded, and I was like, he deserves it. I want to take him to the cleaners.
So, okay, Denzel is the man in question. Gucci's come up to her. You don't know her. Cool.
My exact word. I want to take him to, for all the suffering he put me through. It was a 7-minute video. It has been, edited to really make me seem, there's no justification, but it has been heavily edited.
Whatever's in the video is in the video. It's not made you seem anything.
You said that this video was made nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah, I can't even believe somebody could hold on to a video that long,
She don't even want her to land. Look.
Why is it being released now?
I don't know. I think you need to ask him that question.
Okay. So have you not had any interaction with him?
Well, we've confirmed it's not made 10 years ago, and 10 years ago she was a lot bigger. In the video, she's in great shape. That's confirmed. It's safe to say that, innit? That cool.
None
prior
at all.
to him releasing the video?
None at all.
Okay.
However, there was an interaction with, and I said to you, there was 2 occasions, 2 really abusive relationships that I've experienced in my life. One of those was, over 8 years ago, the one that we just discussed. The second one was more recent. Several years ago, I met a guy. While I was traveling, I was doing retreats in Egypt, and
Let's listen to this one. This one could be the let's listen to this anyway.
during the time we'd crossed paths, and it was in December, it was around December. He had lost his mum. He's come back to the UK, and he turned up at my door one day, and he was like, "We met in Egypt. Do you remember?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." And he's like, "I've just lost
So
my..."
what he done is he just lost his mum and he just turned up at your door and just knocked the door and said, "Yeah, we met in Egypt." "Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, come in." "Okay, cool. Say no more."
"Mum, and I'm going through a tough time. Could I come in?" And I let this guy into my house. And
So just to clarify, this stranger that you met in Egypt came to your door.
How did you know he
I'm
lived?
assuming you gave him your address for him to do that.
yeah, he came to my door. I gave him my address. He came to my door.
Yeah. And you just let him in to your house.
Yeah, I let him into my
Okay.
house. And over the next 3 months, what had occurred was, very, very similar to the last abusive relationship that I was in. The control, the coercion, the physical violence. He'd never hit me, but he would, anytime we would get into an argument, he would strangle me. And that was his
Okay. Number 2 now. Let's listen to this. Cool.
thing. He was a guy that was almost 4 times the size of me. And I guess the one big difference between that relationship and this one that I'm describing now is that within the first 3 months of realizing, the red flags, I severed the ties completely. This time round, I had the confidence and the strength to be able to pursue, let the police know.
So every time they would get in an argument, he would strangle her, and within the first couple months this was happening. How many times did she get strangled? Allegedly. Just want to know.
And he was arrested and charged and remanded for assaulting me. And when he was
arrested, charged, and remanded for assaulting her. Okay, cool. Let's listen to it.
remanded in August, I then had to find the courage, and I've never gone through this process before, to stand up in trial and face this man and face, face the situation. And really, at this point, I leaned on...
She's trying her best to figure it out when she's speaking. She energies, man. Energies. People will always expose themselves. She's trying her best to figure it out. It's madness.
The justice system to really, navigate and support. And I've only heard this, but I can really relate with those individuals, those women who have experienced domestic violence in any way. And it was definitely a really challenging experience for me to go through. I'd never been in a space where, whilst I was a victim of crime, where...
So for domestic violence, just let me land.
I was, by a barrister and a jury, being questioned. And unfortunately, during the trial, the police had never gathered the evidence that they needed, all of my medical reports, to produce as part of the case. And...
Huh? What? The police hasn't gathered all the evidence that they needed, all the medical reports, huh? Okay.
The case was thrown out and he was found not guilty. So he was let off scotch-free.
So wait, I don't understand this bit. You see a case here, a case getting thrown out, it means the trial starts and after a week, it just gets thrown out. There's nothing there. So you don't get found not guilty, it just gets thrown, the case collapses. But anyway.
And as a result, when he came out, that's when the blackmail and abuse began. So he began to send me messages to say, "Watch, I'm going to get you. I'm going to kill you. You're going to face the price for this."
So someone who you've sent to prison is now sent messages saying you're going to get killed and blackmail and abuse. Blackmail of what? What's the blackmail? I'm just trying to understand.
Pay the price. And it this is the individual that has surfaced the video. So he's been the person that has, over the last 6 months tormented and blackmailed me to the point where I just said, I'm if you're going to release the video, release the video.
Wait, didn't she say she got arrested and she had to do probation and she got a criminal record because of the video? Now, this person that's come out has supposed to have been blackmailing her and said they're going to release the video. Huh? What? Wake up, guys. Like, seriously, like, wake up. Are we listening to the same stuff here? Okay.
He is a very vindictive, very manipulative person. Like I said, I haven't seen him since he was arrested, apart from the time, even in court when I had to stand up. They give the option to the witnesses to have a mask, so I didn't have to actually see his face in court.
So who is this person that you're talking about, and what relevancy do they have to the video being released?
Yeah.
The individual that I'm talking about is a gentleman by the name of Jason, and he got hold of the video. And
How did he get hold of
I don't know the
video?
relationship between Jason and Gucci, but maybe they met. I'm guessing that they would have met and they would have talked about the situation. And Jason is essentially on a very vindictive campaign to ruin my life, essentially ruin my life, silence me, and in his
Jason. I think I said Paul. Man's dyslexic. So, guys, I want you to know, yeah, I'm talking to Jason right now. I'm talking to him right now. Jason went to prison and got put on remand for rape. Not for assault, for rape. Because she said lies, the same lies that she's been saying. But he got charged and put on remand. And very bad stuff happened to Jason in jail. You get me? And what he's gone through, the mental, the breakdown. This is a lot for him right now. So for this to all come out, this is what this scumbag woman has done. And she's coming online and it's a cheek that she even has the audacity to come online and start talking about Jason, Gucci, Denzel. The video is about Denzel. It has nothing to do with Jason. What is she talking about? She said that her video, she got arrested and she had to do time and the video was out there. So why would the same video that the police know about all of a sudden be getting her blackmailed? Huh?
words, he wants me to pay the price.
This is very, very confusing, Victoria. There's three people here.
Yeah.
Denzel, Jason, and Gucci. Are they friends?
So Denzel and Jason do not know each other. They're the two relationships I had 10 years apart. The similarity between those two relationships was both relationships where I was assaulted and abused, and there's been,
So how does you said that the person come up to you? You said that Gucci came up to you, and he's a friend of Denzel. That's what you said. But you're saying that Jason and Denzel don't know each other. They're 10 years apart. Yeah? Okay.
The Denzel relationship didn't go, the assault charge didn't go anywhere.
Do they know each other in any way?
Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware
So then
of.
how did Jason get access to the video or know about the video?
So from my understanding, and this is hearsay, I don't know the facts around it, but my understanding is that Jason paid Gucci to release the video.
But how did he know about the video?
Jason paid Gucci to release the video. Okay.
Gucci told him that he still had a copy of the video from 10 years ago.
So how does Gucci know Jason? Gucci don't know Jason. What are you even talking about? She's deluded. She's deluded, bro. Like, she's deluded, bro.
And Jason know each other?
Correct. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And that's where that came from.
Okay. There's still holes. I'm still a bit confused because Gucci said in his statement that he found out that somebody was facing rape charges, and I'm assuming he was referring to Denzel.
He was referring to Denzel, correct.
So he knows Denzel.
Gucci knows both Denzel and Jason, but
And Jason. Okay,
Correct.
fine. That
How? What you on about? Gucci knows Denzel and Jason. Okay.
that makes sense now. Okay.
That don't
and
make sense.
in terms of the relationship between Denzel and Gucci, I don't know when or how they met, but when Jason found out he had a copy of this video, he then used that to blackmail and ammunition to say that I'm going to tear you down and release the video. And
What's the timeline of that relationship?
6 months.
6 months. And when was that?
So we met in January, and by August, that's when he had been arrested and remanded by the judge. The judge had made a decision to remand him because he had breached bail conditions on 4 separate occasions, and this was the final occasion. And at this point...
Look, man. Listen. I'm going to finish it off like this, innit? This is disgusting. Just to let you lot know. Now, this guy Joe.
Hey guys, good afternoon.
You know who Joe is.
Welcome. Hey guys, this video is kind of a gross one. False allegations can truly...
That's Joe, yeah? She messaged Joe. I just want you to put key factors, yeah? Look, this is the police spanned over 3 years. She's basically saying it was 3 years. You get me? 3 years. Just let me land quickly, yeah? Before I finish it, man. Obviously, she put something up on her story, yeah? Shayborough. Concept was part of a 18-year police investigation. 3 years or 18 months. Please help me with this. Look, guys, look. Video's a load of shit. It's bullshit. This woman's an evil woman, and God needs to deal with her, because at the end of the day, look, after 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 weeks, she's going to get away with this. And she's put multiple men in prison for fake rape charges. That whole interview was a load of not true. Now, there's actual real victims. My heart goes out to real victims here that can't prove that what happened to them, or that's going through mad stuff. So I know this subject must trigger you lot a lot, and I apologize. Look, the only thing I will suggest is for you to share this video and share it to the older generation, share it to everyone, and literally, like, as a community, like, make this video be known, make multiple TikToks, make multiple YouTubes, and leave that social footprint of who this woman is. And God will deal with her. That's all I got to say on this matter, man. It's a joke. Guys, yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Peace.